Right then, everybody, welcome along. We aren't getting started just yet, but I thought I'd come on with a face cam just before we get going with the proper action. Been a bit of a hectic start for the first one of Extinguished, but we are back. It is good to be back, very, very good to be back. And a few people in the chat tonight as well. Billy Mewis, Owen, and I'm sure a few more as well. But I have had to start the lobby on my own tonight, which is it's been a long time since I've had to do something like that. But we got it done in the end. We haven't set off just yet, but we should be going fairly soon. Just waiting for one more driver, I believe, and then we will be getting going. Drew joins in the chat as well, of course. New driver here in Extinguished Motorsports for tonight. Dom Pedrito is here as well, and as you can see, the drivers on your screen. We've got 12 drivers here tonight, 8 away from that full grid, but I'm sure as the season goes on, the numbers are going to pick up. We should be waiting on one more driver. People have been leaving and joining all session long, but we should be getting into it 7 minutes late at this minute in time, but it's okay. I'm glad that I got the lobby sorted because I think if I didn't bother doing it, I think we would have been waiting a long, long time. So it's all good. Billy says, Drew's here, we're cooked. You got to put some respect on his name. What a legend Lee Boy QOV is, honestly. I'm sure he'll do well. You two as teammates as well. You couldn't write it. You could not write it. How good is that? That's going to be really exciting going into it. But I appreciate you all being here then. About 7 people in the Twitch chat at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. As we should go now, hopefully. I mean, we're waiting on Jay, but Jay's really not joining. So at the minute, I think we just get straight into it, to say the truth. I really do. There's Deckers as well. Deckers is in the chat. Maybe Deckers is going to be joining. We'll find out. The amount of clips I've got of him killing me. Oh my. If me and Billy were permanent teammates, let's carry him all season. That's a bold statement. A very bold statement. Nah, I'd love to see it though. I really would. This season should be good. Extinguished Motorsports, everybody. It has been gone a long while. A long, long while. I think over 2 months. It's been ages. I've not commentated here for a while. But finally, after a long time, we are back. I do apologise about the delay, but we have got some new drivers this season. Of course, Leeboy QAV being one of them. Owen, Billy Mewis. Any more? I think that's it actually. At the minute, I think everybody else isn't usually here. But I did do the usual WRC call up, of course, one of the best leagues around. And we did get a couple. Well, we got one of the drivers from WRC, of course. So that has worked quite nicely. Right. Deckers is joining. I'm gonna try and get him over an invite because I think he could. I think he could do one if I've got him. Yes, I have. And then we should be going. Are we going yet? Says Drew. I believe we are after Deckers joins now. Hang on a minute. But yeah, it's been a while since I've had the face cam on for a commentary. It's been ages. I won't have it on for the whole stream because personally I don't think that's realistic. I think it's a bit weird having the face cam on the whole time. I used to have it on the whole time, but I don't really like that anymore. I think it's good to have it on at the start to talk. You know, maybe for a bit during the race, maybe a bit during qualifying as well. But it will be going off in a moment, so we can get on with the action. But ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into it. Finally, we are back. And it is Australia that we go to for the first round of the season. Deck is in the Discord. He says, and Lee Boy here. He's not. Oh my God, Lee Boy is taking. He's taking some hits. He really is. I'm sure his driving is going to change their opinions today. Hopefully, no pressure at all. But I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And we're getting into it. He says, you lot wait, podium incoming. I'm all here for it, mate. I cannot wait. Top 3, get a podium interview tonight with me. Not that that's very special, but you get an interview with me, of course, after. So if you wanna get that, get yourself on that podium tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and you can have a bit of a chat with me later. Deckers has been waiting so long to do it. We want to see Drew in there. Drew's honestly one of my best mates, so we're just gonna stop pissing ourselves laughing, really. But we'll do our best. Why is everyone here? I'm scared now, says Deck. You'll be good, mate. You'll be good. Decent driver you are. Midfield, midfield, upper midfield. I'd say you've got a good chance today, Deck, at giving it a good one and a good go. It's taking so long to load into this, but as soon as this gets started, the camera will be going off and we'll get straight into it. Right then, we have 18 minutes of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, and there we go, we are ready. Camera goes off and let's get straight back into this. I am so excited, I really am, to be getting into this one then. Deckers is here tonight, Lee Boy, Owen, Billy Mewis, Stray Dog, Red 44 Dog, Passy, Ferrari for Life, Collins, Andrew Pittsmith, Pepe's Percival, and Don Pedrito. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Extinguished Motorsports. And how good does it feel to say that again after many, many weeks, even months then, of waiting to get back to this league. They finally returned then on the 14th of January 2026. And I think it was November, the last race we had, of course, in 2025. But finally, we return, and it's Australia to start this one off, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, I'm so excited. Deck is in the chat. I didn't think Extinguished started for a while. I was shocked when you went live. Yep, well, it's back. It is definitely back. Speed Freak is not here. Oh, let's get him in before we start properly. Want Speed Freak in. Numbers are building. They are building quite nicely. If Speed Freak's on there anyway, I don't know where he's gone. Speed Freak, there you go. Invite to you, mate. 16 minutes of qualifying coming your way. I was chilling watching Black Clover, fair enough. Deck, you said something about Me Before You or something like that on Netflix. I watched it. I watched it the other day. It was a really good movie. Very good movie. I think you said that movie anyway. If you didn't say that, I'm lying. But no, I did watch that movie. It was very good. Very good indeed. 16 minutes of qualifying then. Yeah, it was very good. Really enjoyed it. And we've got a few drivers on their outlaps in the early stages, ladies and gentlemen. With Billy Mewis, he is very quick, and one of the main things I'm excited for today is he's a world champion in WRC. He is a very fast driver. I know there's some quick drivers here. You know, Collins is rapid. It's been a while since I spoke to him in the interview room. I think we're going to speak to him again today. It's been too long. But today, Billy Mewis, I'm looking forward to see what kind of competition he can offer. He has invalidated on his first go around, just getting warmed into it. It's bound to happen now and then, and Billy has invalidated, so he'll have to go round again. This will be the end of his lap for now, and we're going to wait for another one. Ferrari for Life, another driver from WRC, and he is here in 8th position, without a time on the board at the moment, making his way down and into the end of Sector 2. Ferrari for Life with a 43.966 on qualifying pace, and he's absolutely flying at this moment in time, ladies and gentlemen, all the way down into the final few corners here in Australia, and this car is on fire. Time being found, first and second sector. Really nice time at the moment, but can the final sector come together for Ferrari for Life? Like I've mentioned, coming here today from the WRC Racing League. Definitely get yourselves in there if you're interested. A great, great league that it is. And Ferrari for Life over the line here in Extinguished Motorsports. He will set the first time of the day, and it's a 1:16.736 to kickstart this afternoon off for the first round of Extinguished Motorsports. Ollie Southall joins us in the chat. Ferrari for Life and Billy Mewis, this league doesn't know what's hit them. Absolutely right. They are some brilliant drivers. Then they come from an even better league. It's really nice. Oh, round goes Deckers then through the first corner as Andrew Pittsmith, second place at the 1:18.585, and quite a lot off the pace compared to Ferrari for Life. Wow, this Aston Martin up at the front is very quick. To let you know, of course, these drivers tonight are racing in realistic performance cars. It is, of course, the Aston Martin, the Williams, the Haas. It's not like if you guys have seen PGS Esports Realistic, where they have different teams. These are the same teams, but realistic performance across all of them. So Ferrari for Life, you know, he's in a decent car, it's okay, but he's put in a very nice time so far. Pepe's and Andrew Pittsmith in P2 and P3. Don Pedrito setting a P4. 5 is Percival, as Dexter has got no setup, and I know your pain, mate. I know your pain. That is awful. It is never that good when you have no setup. Red 44 Dog, he sets P3 then in qualifying at the minute. Second row of the grid for him in the early stages. Don Pedrito sets 5. Percival sets 6. Deckers then, he's on the outlap. lap, and he'll be going round for a flying lap in a moment's time. Lee Boy QAV in 8th position, and it is quite refreshing to see him here today. Owen then with the fastest time, 1 minute 16.596, and he now is on pole position ahead of Ferrari for life, only provisionally of course. Here comes Lee Boy QAV up towards the line with the DRS activated. He's going to try and set a better time, his first time today, sorry. He just set a P4 time, 1 minute 17.395. That is fairly decent for Lee Boy at the start of this session. Quite nice indeed. And if he gets the right strategy today and hits the nail on the head, it could be a decent evening for him. But he has to keep it clean. He has to keep the car on the track and, of course, make it to the end of the race in order to do that. So we're going to find out how well he can perform. Of course, Lee Boy hasn't got mega amounts of experience in league racing. Probably the same amount of experience as me, to be fair. We do little bits now and then, but compared to everybody else, he is fairly new, and the progress he's made is very, very good indeed. P4 at the minute, and he's finding time, doing very nice. So I'm very happy with that for him right now. Owen, though, is doing amazing, and he is on pole position with 1 minute 16.5. Ferrari for life lines up on the front row of the grid. There's more time starting. If you are in the chat, the face cam, of course, was on. If you guys want it back on, let me know. I don't know if it's something that makes the stream more engaging or not, but I don't want to I don't want to bore you with that. I just didn't know if that was going to be a pain or not. But Speed Freak in the middle sector then does find time. Sector 2 and making his way down and through the final set of corners here in Australia. It is the Alpine tonight. One of the slowest cars on the grid, and can he try and set a decent time in it? His teammate has set a P5 this evening. Can he try and match that? Round the final corner here in Australia, down under. Speed Freak towards the line, flying over that white line. Will it be a decent time in the Alpine? He's ahead of his teammate at least. He's faster there, 1 minute 17.7. Move the map bottom left and put face cam on. That is a great idea. I will quickly do that. Never thought about moving the map. On-screen display. Oh, don't want to move that. Qualifying. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my god. Oh man, I've got no clue what I'm doing there. I really do not. Billy Mewis with the fastest time, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute 16.483, and they really don't know what's hit him now. This man is a different breed, and he goes quickest out of the lot. 1:16.4 is the fastest time of the evening, and Billy Mewis absolutely flying in that Mercedes today. Lee Boy QAV, his teammate, down in 5. And at this moment in time, he's in the pit lane, sorry. He will not be improving just yet, but I'm sure he's going to come out again at some point and give it another go, as well as other drivers that are going to do the same. Dex says his car feels awful, and, you know, no setup and, you know, the realistic performance, that is sometimes, of course, what you can feel and what can happen. But at the moment, it's just the way it is going to be. There's the webcam back on the screen. Hang on a minute. I'm going to move it up a little bit to about there. Let me know if that's okay or not. Just below the timing. But drivers then in the realistic cars tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and a little bit different from what we normally see. 9 minutes of qualifying remaining. Owen with the second fastest time at the minute, 1 minute 16.596 is his time from Ferrari for Life in 3 with a 1 minute 16.7. Then it's Pepe's, then it's Lee Boy, who is on an outlap. Same with Pepe's and Owen, ready to go round again. It is not over yet. Still 8.5 minutes then of qualifying today, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to get some nice times. Ferrari for Life says, Billy, final sector is actually wild, yes. Absolutely, here's a rapid drive. Ferrari for Life. Speed Freak. Hi, long time no see, stranger. How are we doing? Good to see, Speed Freak. Good to see you, mate. Been a long time. Appreciate you joining the stream. And, you know, it's just because of how long Extinguished Motorsports has been gone for. It's been so long. So long. But we are back. Finally. Thank the Lord. And 8 minutes of your qualifying session remaining. We've had some nice times so far. Of course, Billy Mewis, one of the newest drivers, here in Extinguished, and he is looking quick at the minute. On pole position, ahead of the drivers, in second place for Eye for Life. In third for Pepes, all the way down the back of the grid. Then is Deckers and Stray Dog. Both of them haven't set a time at the minute, and it's Deckers over the line to start his flying lap. Stray Dog rounding off his flying lap now with 7 minutes to go, and this Haas car, I'm not too sure what the lap's looking like. I haven't been able to spectate it for the most of it. Speed Freak missed you spectating my lap. How did it look? I cannot remember. I cannot remember. Oh no, it was very good indeed. Actually, you went faster than your teammate. No, it was a good lap, mate. Very good lap. I remember now. Yeah, very nice. 8th position for you, of course. Stray Dog over the line. Then he sets a P12, 1 minute 18.893, and quite far down the back of the grid at this moment in time, ladies and gentlemen, here in Extinguished Motorsports. But we've still got some more times coming in, and it is far from over with the drivers. Dom Pedrito, 7th position with a second improvement on his previous lap around. This will be his in-lap now. Leeboy QAV is up by 2.5 tenths of a second, and unfortunately not fastest because he's invalidated on this go around and will have to go into the pit lane. Has anybody else invalidated there next lap around? Pepes makes his way all the way up towards the line now, then in the Williams, and he's got a 1 minute 16.8. Can he improve from that time? It's going to be a 2.5 tenth improvement, and the front row of the grid. That is a strong time from Pepes in the Williams, and putting a good fight then to Billy Mewis 15 up at the front. That is what we like to see. An extremely strong time from Pepes at the minute, as Drew in the chat, fastest middle, but absolutely bottled, he said. Is the pressure getting to you, Drew? Is the pressure getting to you? Mate, fastest middle sector's good. They should be happy with that. As, of course, Leeboy QAV down in 6th at the minute. Hopefully he can go fastest. Hopefully he can go faster, sorry. We've seen and we've heard that he went fastest middle sector, but then invalidated. So he has got the time. He has got the pace. He isn't that far off some of the drivers in front of him. There's not much time to gain there. You know, only a few tenths of a second to Collins. May I just add, everybody, Collins, last season, he was a reserve driver. I don't know if he's a reserve driver this season. He was a reserve last season. But I spoke to him nearly every time he attended in the interview room because he won that much. He was so fast, so rapid. But today, he's only qualifying 5th place, everybody, which is quite surprising. Maybe it's the way that Stray Dog has organised the drivers into their cars, because it is realistic performance. And we've got Billy Mewis in a Mercedes. I mean, Mercedes is quite a quick car. Billy Mewis is a very quick driver. That might explain the time that we have got. But Collins, he's a bit out of position for me, in my opinion. He's a very fast driver, but 5th position right now. Can his next lap around do him justice? He's got 5 minutes to go of qualifying, and he's still got time to do realistic performance and Billy Namerck. Mad Ollie, yes, you're absolutely right. I think the reason for that is because this league don't normally take time trials, so they didn't know his pace. But I think I'm going to tell you the absolute truth. I do not think he'll be in a Mercedes next race, because he is quick, and Mercedes is a very fast car as well. So good advantage for him there tonight, and I'd use that to my advantage if I was him today, because he's got very lucky, I think, with a car that fast. But Billy Mewis in the chat, but I'm slow. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all, mate. You are rapid, absolutely rapid. I think even if you're in the slowest car, you'd give it a good shot at pole. I really do. And yeah, I think you're a very good driver, mate. Very, very talented. But Red 44 Dog in 9. He's on a lap around. I think this is an in lap for him after he's already completed one. We've got Passy in P10 then in the kick Sauber, 1:18 flat. He's up by 3/10 of a second then on this lap around. 3/10 could get him into P8, even higher if he finds a little bit more in the final sector. Sorry, even in the middle sector. He's still going through the middle sector at the minute. And that kicks Sauber doing what he can, but has he found time set? Oh, he has found time. 6/10 of a second. And Passy might just be back, ladies and gentlemen. We know this man is fast. He did very well last season. If I recall correctly, I think he's a world champion here in Extinguished Motorsports. He's a very fast driver. And here he is, 10th position at the minute. Out of position. but going quicker, going much quicker, and about 0.8 of a second found at this moment in time. This man is absolutely flying and using everything he's got very wisely. The slowest car on the grid, but maybe the fastest man here over the line. It's 6th position then for Passy, 1 minute 17.3, but that was a good improvement for him and really reeled that one back in. Percival has retired from the session this evening, and we are remaining... We're left with 13 people left in this qualifying session. But let me know if you're enjoying the action so far. Let me know if you like the face cam. If you want me to take it off, I will, of course, if it's in the way. I won't have it on for the race, I don't think. But or I might have it on during safety car periods or whatever like that. But for qualifying, I think it's okay to have it on. Throw for life was 4 tenths up and invalidated. That man's in 4. 4 tenths up would have got him on pole at this moment in time. That is, you know... That is the margins we're working with at this moment in time here in Extinguished Motorsports. 2 minutes remaining, and the drivers are going to give it absolutely everything that they have, ladies and gentlemen. Ollie South thought it's a nice touch, makes it a bit more professional. Oh, okay, that's good to hear. I just didn't know if it was... I don't know if it took the professionalism away from it, because if you went on the F1 broadcast, you wouldn't see... David Croft sat there on the side of the screen, but I guess this is different. Twitch, you know, esports and stuff like that. So maybe if you like it, it'll stay for a bit. But yeah, I'm glad to hear. 1 minute and 50 seconds then, ladies and gentlemen. They do split to them. Yeah, they do. Yeah, you're right, mate. Yeah, they do. But Billy Mewis 15 with the fastest lap at the minute. And if you take a look at the screen, a lot of outlaps are starting to happen. This is it, everybody. The final few times, the final wave of times before the end of this session. This is it. Billy Mewis, Peppies, Owen, Ferrari for Life, all out there on their outlaps. Leeboy QAV is already making his way around, and I'm not entirely sure if he's improved on a lap just there and got P5. I think he might have just improved on a lap. He's nearly in the 1 minute 16s here, so he's decent time for Leeboy. Collins in 6th, and he's up by a 10th in the first sector. I'm expecting much more from him at the minute. He's a very fast driver, but his teammates in the way there a little bit, possibly giving him a slipstream all the way down towards the end of sector 2. Dipping his left tyre onto the grass a bit there, is nearly up by 2 tenths in the middle sector. He is fastest man in sector 2 at the minute, and a purple sector that we see heading down into the 90-degree corner. 40 seconds left then of this qualifying session as Extinguished Motorsports has returned the first round of the season, and we're about to witness the first pole sitter of this season, ladies and gentlemen. Could it be Billy Mewis, the debutant tonight, or could it be Collins, the man that's won so many times previously? Could he take pole again today? Over the line for Collins. It's only P5 for him, 2/10 improvement. I was expecting more. Passing over the line then, he is going to be 7th position. No improvement there, unfortunately, of course. Wasn't even on a lap that time around. Billy Mewis is making his way through, and 2 tenths up in the middle sector. This man looks unbeatable. At this moment in time, I don't think anybody can come close to him. A 10th of a second separates him and Peppi's already, and he's already up by 2 tenths in sector 2. The final third still to come. Round the final corner, using all the power he can. Absolutely flying. Billy Mewis, foot flat to the floor here in qualifying, and he's on provisional pole by 2 tenths of a second improvement there, and by 3 tenths to second place. Billy Mewis, a 1:16.2, and I was in pole position so far. Pepe's second place. Is he going to try and improve then? He's going to be coming around the final 2 corners now. Then a few drivers across the line to end off their qualifying session. A Haas over the line for Don Pedrito, finishes in 8th. Pepe's towards the line now. He's going to finish in 2nd place. Will he improve from there though? He does not. And that is the end of his session. Ferrari for Life around the final corner. He's going to qualify any higher, possibly. Oh, on pole position for Ferrari for Life. Oh, my. 1 minute 16, 1:54. And the WRC boys fight for pole tonight. Ferrari for Life snatches it away from Billy Mewis. And that Aston Martin finds the top spot today. The quickest man here in Australia down under. And Ferrari for Life on pole position this evening. Collins over the line in 5. Oh, my. Whoa, that was a brilliant end to qualifying. Whoa, the WRC boys dominating tonight, and I was not expecting Ferrari for Life to take that one today. A 10th of a second faster than Billy Mewis, his of course, friend from WRC here in Australia then, ladies and gentlemen. Fry for Life on pole from Billy Mewis, second place. Third is Peppies, 4 Owen, 5 Collins, 6 Leeboy QAV, 7 Passy, 8 Speed Freak, 9 Dom Pedrito, and 10 is Red 44 Dog. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for your qualifying session. Thanks for joining me for that. Next up is your race. I need to head off and get a drink quickly before the race begins. We've got a formation lap, so that'll be quite nice to ease us into it. And I'll put you on the Grand Prix starting soon screen until I'm back. See you very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for Extinguished Motorsports, the first round of the season. And what a great qualifying session that was. What a great qualifying session. You know, they're normally good, but that at the end, Fry for Life taking it away. It was the fact that I wasn't expecting it either. I didn't even know he was on a lap, and he took it away at the very end. That is the kind of thing we want to see. And it does make for some great racing, it really does. But it is not over yet. It is not even begun. But the time counting down and the formation lap is on. That is what we're going to be starting with to ease the drivers into it, to get their tyres up to the optimal working temperatures and get them ready then for this long Grand Prix coming up next. 50% race then on the way, and the formation lap is going to be against Speed Freak. You robbed that Team Sport race suit. No, I accidentally put it. I accidentally put it in my bag and came home with it. That's what happened. But yeah, accidents happen. Team Sport race suit. It's a great suit. It's a great suit next to the OMP one. But anyway, formation lap begins, everybody. And Ferrari for Life is the man in front. He's the man that's starting from pole today. 13 people in the Twitch chat tonight. And that is what we want to see. Thank you very much for the numbers tonight, everybody. The numbers is great, and the numbers build each night we go on. They really do. So it's good to see. Thank you very much for joining us today. Ferrari for Life on pole. Billy Mewis 2. Peppies then will be in 3. Owen 4. Collins 5. Lee Boy in 6. P7 is Passy. 8. Speed Freak. 9. Dom Pedrito. 10. Red. 11 Deckers, 12 Andrew Pittsmith, 13 Perceival, and 14 is Stray Dog. A lot of drivers here turning up last minute after not knowing this race was even on, really. But now, of course, they're here for it, and hopefully we can win them over tonight and keep them here in Extinguished Motorsports, because we'd love to try and keep the numbers up. We really would. And with me commentating it, hopefully I can make it a bit more exciting, bring some more numbers in. But Deck in the chat says finishing top 3 today. I can feel it. Deck is down in 11. I mean, it's a stretch. It is a stretch, but go on, Deckers. I love the confidence. I would love to see you up there. I really would. Get on that podium, mate. We need to have a conversation with you. We've never done it because it's been so long. We've never been in the interview room together. You should do it. Get yourself a podium, and I will see you there tonight. Leeboy QAV needs to get a podium as well. Speak to both of you. But first of all, we have to get this race out of the way. Get this start out of the way, which could be very carnage. And oh man, I'm so looking forward to it. I really am. Getting back into it. Finally, after many weeks, we finally return for Extinguished Motorsports tonight, with 2 WRC drivers from another league starting on pole position for their debut race tonight. As after many weeks, ladies and gentlemen, the lights build up to 5. We are back for Extinguished Motorsports. 5 lights ahead of the drivers, and it's lights out, and away we go down under here in Australia. Ferrari for life off the line quite well. Billy Mewis, though, is going to try and challenge him into the first corner there, side by side with the Williams. As what is going on there at the front? Absolute carnage from the drivers off the side of the track. There goes Collins. Not a good start from him as they go 2 by 2 into the right-hander. Ferrari for life trying to get ahead here of Billy Mewis, and a lot of lagging going on the first lap. Of course, the ghosting is set off the track at the back. There goes Leeboy, QAV, and Passy, and Owen all the way off the back of the track, everybody. Round goes Ferrari for life as well. Ferrari for life spins the car around, and now Billy Mewis is the man at the front and leading this race today. Speed Freak then, he's going to try and catch Pepe's now in third position, all the way down to second if he can do so. 29 laps of racing ahead of us here in Australia, and we've had one of the leaders spin around already. Where's he gone? Ferrari for life at the back of the grid, spinning around, everybody. Leeboy, QAV, Passy, and Owen all involved in an incident at the start. A lot of carnage on the first race back of EM, but Billy Mewis is the man in front by 7/10 of a second, and on his debut race, can he dominate the pack, and can he dominate this race to win it by a significant margin? I think it's possible. Pepe's is trying to hunt him down though, and a 6/10 of a second gap is getting shrunk by the man behind. Speed Freak comes behind that, then Decker's in P4. Okay. 7 places up, fair play to Deckers. He said he's feeling a podium. He started down in P11 and I made a laugh and a joke about it. I said I like your confidence, but look at him go today. He has made it up to P4 and 1 place out of the podium. Fair play to Deckers at the minute. The man that doesn't have a setup, driving this Ferrari like a madman, and it is working well for him right now. Good luck to him. Hopefully he does well. Billy Mewis then, still leading as we look to the drivers behind, and let's see how Leeboy and Passy and Stray Dog and all of them that was in the carnage at the start are doing. Leeboy at the back of the grid right now in P13 and not being able to catch up with Passy at the moment. 4/10 of a second between them. Ahead of that is Percival, who has got Owen overtaking him, and ahead of that, Andrew Pittsmith makes a move around the outside of Dom Pedrito to clear him through the chicane, and now Owen is going to try and catch Dom Pedrito after a bad exit through there. Ferrari for life then has retired from the session, hitting the barrier. No safety car comes out there, which is quite surprising. Quite a bad place to crash, but no safety car we get from it, ladies and gentlemen. Billy Mewis then, still your leader. No safety cars just yet on the second lap of 29. It's going to become the third lap now as he crosses the line. He takes the fastest lap of the Grand Prix tonight. Pepe's then, second place. He's got Speed Freak hunting him down. Ferrari for life has retired. He joins in the chat now. Such a shame, mate. You spun round at the start. I'm so sad for you because pole position was a great pole. You know, you did really well to get there. Why was everyone ghosting on and off on lap 1? I had the ghosting set to, I think I had the ghosting set to ghosting lap 1 to stop all the carnage and stuff like that, but it clearly didn't do anything. So fair enough. But these guys are going at it. Owen on the backside of Andrew Pittsmith at the moment. And he is not done yet. Lap 3 of 29, and the racing still continues in the early stages. Owen has to back out of a collision there, very nearly hitting Andrew Pittsmith, managing to find him and managing to get ahead of AP at this minute in time. As behind that then, Stray Dog, Leeboy and Passy all come through, and Leeboy is gaining on the kick Sauber. He looks for the move here up the inside, and the Mercedes finding a bit of ground. He's managed to get ahead now into P11. A great move from the Mercedes, who is now being fought by Passy, who's trying to get through but cannot do it. Somebody's round it on the main straight, I believe, unless someone's in the pit lane. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. There was some carnage. I think Speed Freak went around. He just lost quite a few positions then. Here tonight in this race. But if you're in the chat, everybody, and you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can subscribe to the channel for absolutely free. It helps me out a hell of a lot. And if you've got an Amazon Prime subscription, I'm sure you'll have a free Prime sub because of that. So, of course, my channel is always able to be sub to. Helps me out a hell of a lot, and helps with the equipment and whatnot. Everything I've got right now, everything I'm using for the commentary has come from the earnings from commentary. So you help me out a hell of a lot. You really do. Dom Pedrito with a 3-second time penalty at this moment in time. As penalties start to rack up in the early stages at the back of the grid, then there's a Haas that's gone around, and it's Stray Dog on the soft compound tyres. It isn't really working well for him at the minute, and he's at the very back of the grid and just not feeling the pace right now. He's just not finding that pace that he needs, which is such a shame. It really is, and I'd love to see him get up there one day and do a bit better, but unfortunately right now it isn't looking like it's going to be his day. It's more looking like it's going to be Billy Mewis's day. If you're seeing his pace, 3.2 seconds ahead of Deckers at the minute. Deckers, by the way, is on the podium. Are we going to get a Deckers podium interview? It's been so long of waiting, and now we could finally get it. Still early stages, nothing to be excited about. Collins has managed to get himself on the podium. His qualifying wasn't amazing, but he's made a great comeback, and that is just what we love to see. It really is a great result for him today if he can finish like this, because he was winning everything last season, wasn't he? So if he can try and get up there again, that's going to do him very well indeed. Red 44 Dog with a 3-second time penalty now as Andrew Pittsmith makes a move past Speed Freak here. He gets into P6 on the 5th lap of 29. Cutting the grass a bit there goes Red. As Billy Mewis still your leader, and he is dominating these early stages of the Grand Prix. The only action we've got right now up at the front is Collins and Deckers, and I think Collins is going to close in on this man in front quite quickly. I really do. Gaining as much as possible there on the backside of Deckers, but right now he's not making that move. Still, only early. Lap 5 of 29, a long way left in this Grand Prix. Roughly 30 laps then today, and Andrew Pittsmith then in P7 has got Speed Freak in front of him. These guys have been going at it all race long, haven't they? They really have. Front wing to gearbox. They've been going at it all race long, and here comes Andrew Pittsmith to try and gain on Speed Freak once again. The main straight coming up. DRS activated for AP in the Williams, but he just hasn't got that extra power he needs to get ahead of Speed Freak. He must have burned a lot of battery there, and he clearly has, because he hasn't got a lot of battery left in that car, in the battery. Speed Freak with a 3-second time penalty. Lap 6 of 29. The lap's ticking by, ladies and gentlemen. And some great racing we've seen so far. It really has been good. I've actually really enjoyed it for the comeback of Extinguished Motorsports. And for a move there, Owen past Red 44 Dog. That was a lovely move as he gets ahead into P4. Red 44 Dog down in 5. Andrew Pittsmith there in 6th position. Behind that now is Speed Freak and Dom Pedrito. Dom Pedrito is ahead. As Zappy in the chat, is it realistic? It is, mate. No! Oh, I need to move that actually, because who's just followed? Zappy. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that very much. Cheers, mate. Lap 7 of 29, though. Some of the WRC drivers joining us in the chat now, which is nice to see. 10 people watching the stream right now, and I'm very grateful. Thank you very much, everybody. But Billy Mewis is dominating so far. Remember, the realistic performance. He has got the upper hand here with a decent car, and Deckers has got the upper hand as well with a Ferrari. It's not too bad. Andrew Pittsmith, though, with a 3-second time penalty, which is not what he wants to be doing right now. And the top 4, all without penalties in tonight's race. Leeboy QAV as well. He might have had a bad start, but he is in P10 without a penalty, and this could do him well. If everybody else picks up penalties today, and Leeboy doesn't, he's in the money. He really is. Passy goes around then on the first sector, and on lap 7 now regains, but he rejoins. Sorry, oh, his rears are cooked into the barrier there. That's got to be more wing damage for him. Zappy says Billy crash lap 12. Is he predicting a Billy crash? He's flying. He really is. He's absolutely flying. Ollie South also in there for Billy on Thursdays. He's in an Alpine. Red Dog in the pit lane then. And he will be getting on the brand new medium compound tyres as he exits the pit lane now. He was already on the medium, so that'll be the two-stop strategy being completed then here today. As here in Australia, Billy Mewis, your leader still. I sound like a broken record, but he's just absolutely dominating. Behind, oh, move here for Lee Boy QAV. He gets past Pepe's, fair play. He's absolutely flying now, making those moves up. Lee Boy is working through the pack. You know, I counted him out at the start. I really did. I didn't think he was going to get back into it, but 2 positions down from where he started. He's bringing it back. He's reeling in the fish. And look at this man go. He's doing a great drive. Jack, you wish it was a WRC league every day. Mate, WRC are brilliant. I would love to commentate them all the time. I wish I was doing the Thursday and Friday tiers on WRC as well, but I believe they are taken by JP, who I've got to say, he's a magnificent commentator. He really is, and he's in my network as well. That's why I hired him, because he's so brilliant. Lee Boy up the inside line, trying to get ahead of Pepe's. Pepe's gets forced off the track, everybody. They go side by side, and Lee Boy into P7. He is making up crazy ground in this race. And at this rate, you know, the drivers in front of him have got a penalty. He's doing brilliantly. He is doing absolutely brilliantly. Look at that speed freak with the 13-second penalty. Lee Boy currently is in P6. That's where he is. 20 laps left. In the chat, Thursday not confirmed yet, mate. Oh, fair enough. I think your Friday's going, isn't it? I think the Friday 100%. I'm pretty sure. Unless that's not going as well, but I was speaking to JP because I asked him to do a commentary on Friday. He said that he's booked up because apparently 100% WRC is on at the minute. Oh, starts this Friday. Fair play, all right. No worries at all. Well, probably not, but if anyone worth a shot, if anyone's in the chat, I have got a league that has opened up on a Friday night, and I need a commentator for it. It would be with my graphics and stuff like that. If anyone here does commentary on the side, possibly, I might need to speak to you because we need somebody to fill in on the Fridays. If not, I'll ask somebody else. But Lebo on the backside of Pepe's, who has managed to get back through today. Pepe's with a big time penalty right now, which could be served in the pit lane. So it's not too bad at the minute. Worse for Speed Freak. I wouldn't last a second in this race today. I've just turned the line off. Yeah, Zazapi, mate. I think I saw you messaging about that in the WLC chat earlier. Mate, honestly, me without the line, that is pretty hard. It's pretty hard. Speed Freak in the pit lane. The pit stops are coming in for 2 of the drivers here. I think Collins is in too. He exits now on the hard, and he's going to try and make that one-stop strategy work. In the pit lane still, holding his Speed Freak after serving a 10-second penalty, and he's not happy in the chat with it either, as he now gets it out of the way, done and dusted, and he's ready to get going again now and try and come back in this race. Lee Boy in 6, Pepe's in 5. It is Andrew Pittsmith in 4, Owen 3, Deckers 2. I'm happy about that. I'm not siding by anybody by all means, but I've commentated Deckers for a long while now, many months. And look at it. He's doing good. He's doing very nice indeed. And he could even be in that podium today in that interview room with me later on. Don Pedrito with a 3-second time penalty. And I think my predictions for the podium at the minute, I think Billy Mewis 1. Honestly think it'll be Collins 2. I think Deckers 3. I think that's the way it's going to end up. I think that's how we're going to get it. Passy with a 3-second penalty. Passy's quite out of it today. He's down in P13. He's normally better than this, but unfortunately not going the way he wants. Yeah, fair play to Zappy. It's hard stuff, mate, learning without a line. It really is, but I respect the grind, trying to go without no assists. Somebody heading very slowly there, and it is Patsy, who maybe hit a barrier because it was pretty slow down that back straight there. Don Pedrito in the pit lane now. He will not serve any penalties because he can't, of course. Now he exits the pit lane in P11. Now P12, losing time. Charlie in the chat. It's good to see you, mate. Welcome in. Thanks for joining. 12 people in the chat now. chat is getting bigger and bigger as the race goes on. Extinguished Motorsports is back, ladies and gentlemen. If you are just joining us, finally, after many weeks, even months, I think it's been, to be honest with you, but Billy Mewis dominating, as you can tell, up at the front with a 9-second gap to everybody else. And he is absolutely flying. That gap getting bigger and bigger, lap by lap. Lee Boy has got Peppies in front, and to be fair to Peppies, he's pulled away. He really has. Managed to get back in front. Somebody's in the pit lane. It's Deckers now. Deckers makes a pit stop, pretty much in line with all the rest of the drivers. Will anybody else do the same thing? We'll find out. Deckers goes on to hard compound tyres. It's looking like he's going for the one-stop strategy today, or will he go for the two-stop? We'll find out, but it's looking more like the one-stop right now here in Australia. Down under, of course. Oh, off the track there goes Percival. Same goes for Deckers, and Red 44 Dog now gets a penalty. We have got the top 6 without a time penalty today. Peppies without one as well. The rest of the drivers have got a penalty, which is not what you want to be getting, especially around here, and it can mess your race up massively. It really can. Owen in second place. Lee Boy's in third now. 15 seconds behind Owen at the moment. Massive gap there. He's got Collins behind him, who, let me remind you, has already made a pit stop. He's on the new hards, and he's trying to make these work as far as he can. Maybe the one-stop strategy is what he's going for, but we're still early stages. It'll be a long way to go on those hards, and he'd have to manage them well if he wants to keep them. They're looking very nice so far as Owen gets ahead of Billy, and Billy's in the pit lane now, getting on new tyres. Collins is going to try and catch Lee Boy as he now goes into the pit lane, everybody. Lee Boy on the medium compound, as you can see them blistering up on the front left there, then getting very old. I'm 13 laps in. Lee Boy is probably going to go for the hards as well, as I assume. And, oh, okay then. Not entirely sure what's happened there. Let's sort this. Right then, everybody. Is the stream still going? You'll have to let me know. I'm not entirely sure what just happened there. Let me just turn it up. Oh, it's working now. There we go. That is the first time in a long while something like that has happened. Something to do with the internet happened there. Used to happen a lot in the past, but not anymore. I've not had that in a long time, but we are back. Let me know if everything's okay, everybody. I think we're good now. As we are back in the action. And thank you very much to Stray Dog for getting that invite sent back straight away and getting me back in, because no idea what just happened there. I really don't know. But anyway, the action hasn't really changed. Owen is your leader. We've got Deckers and Collins now giving it everything. Deckers trying to keep Collins at bay. Collins, as we know, an extremely fast driver here in Extinguished Motorsports, but Deckers has done him out of it right now, and he's managed to stay ahead at this moment in time. Fair play to Deckers. He's doing a great job today. He really, really is. And there's your pit stops on the screen. Currently, Deckers sat in P2, and Collins will be P3. We've got to wait for Owen to go into the pit lane. He's taking these hards very long. You had a guy do a Misfits race about a month ago. Did Combs? Did you not use him anymore? Yes, actually, I have messaged him. He said he'll message me after work, so I will. Thanks for reminding me. Actually, I'm going to follow up on that later on, because he I believe, is willing to do it. He was funny, to be fair. Yeah, I might get him back. Oh, Owen in the wall. Owen in the wall. The webcam will be back. I do apologise about that, everybody. I very nearly ended the stream as well because I thought it fully went off, but clearly not. We're still here. Thank God it didn't go fully off, because it means that then it will be in 2 parts, and that is just a pain. It really is. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, lap 15 of 29, and you can say we're about half race distance now, or just over anyway. Straight up with a 3-second time penalty. Billy Mewis is going to try and track down Owen now then. He's right on the back side of him. And at the minute, this is going to happen up the inside for Billy. He's going to try his best to get ahead of this McLaren here, who's now going to dive into the pit lane. And he knows his time is up. It is time to go in the pits and get on new tyres. Will he try and take the mediums to the end now then? It'll be a long time on the mediums, 13 laps on the mediums if he wants to make them work, but he is going to try it. We've seen drivers do it today, I believe. This is it, 13 laps on the mediums for Owen and serving a penalty. Deckers and Collins going side by side, and Deckers has managed to take second place back. Fair play to the Ferrari, who is absolutely flying today, and he should be happy. He's got no setup, but he's flying in this race. He really is, and a great job that he's doing at this moment in time. He should be very happy with it. I cannot wait to speak to him in the interview room later if it continues on at this kind of level of racing. But he's doing good. He's doing very nice indeed. Let's see where Lee Boy is. Down in 8 at the minute after pit stops on the hards. Then he's behind Speed Freak right now. I think Lee Boy is not too far away from where he started, actually, so he's not doing too bad to get himself back into it. 2 places down, started in P6, but he's continuing on then, as we haven't had a safety car yet. Am I going to jinx it? Are we going to get one anyway? Maybe it's for the best. Maybe a safety car would kind of, you know, spice it up a little bit. But not a lot of action going on right now. The gaps are starting to fade. We have got Collins on the backside of Deckers here by 7/10, but as we saw, Deckers was the one that got through past Collins. So is Collins going to be able to bring that back, or is Deckers going to run away with it now? As soon as he's ahead of that 1 second gap, and he is ahead of that 1 second gap now, he'll have the advantage, and he has got the advantage to his hand now, ladies and gentlemen, and that is what he wants to do. It really is. Billy Mewis still leading by 11 seconds. After pit stops, that gap has grown even further. Deckers picks up the first time penalty of today, and that is not what he wants at all. Collins now will be able to snatch that second place away from him very easily. But this is going to be a nice podium. It's going to be a very nice podium if it stays like this. It really is. Deckers still will be on the podium with this penalty, but he will lose out on that crucial second place that he's been fighting for, and third place will be his. But the race is not over, and Collins could get a penalty. Billy Mewis could get a penalty. Voice crack. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the penalty right now because we're still, you know, but we're into the latter stages. We're in the second half of the season. Season. In the second part of the session. But the thing is, you can't decide it off now. You know, a lot of time left, and penalties still could crop up. Andrew Pittsmith and Red 44 Dog then having a bit of a scrap, and Andrew into P4 now with a bad exit now. Red 44 Dog's going to try and get back up the inside line. He takes 4th position, everybody, as AP drops down to 5 today, and the Williams has to concede that position. That'll be the end for him. Owen in 6th position right now. Is 11 laps remaining in the Grand Prix, and the laps are ticking by quite quick. Leeboy QAV managed to get ahead there of Perceivable after making a Speed Freak after making a dive. Speed Freak now gets in front once more after a switchback of dreams up the inside line. And Leeboy's going to have to wait his turn again. Don Pedrito with the penalty now as the penalties rack up even further. Red 44 Dog in the pit lane as we cross the line with P7 and P8. And Leeboy with the advantage in his hand of the DRS, but it just isn't working for him at the moment. Here comes Leeboy QAV then. Speed Freak in front. Leeboy with the speed here, and he's going to try and use a bit of battery to his advantage. Speed Freak. Oh, into the wall! Both of them hit the barrier there then. Wing damage for both drivers. Leeboy QAV is going to get ahead then, but a big collision between them both with 11 laps remaining then. And that is going to the steward's room. That was a big crash into the wall there. Both of them very lucky to keep going here as Leeboy off the track. Leeboy off the track now in 7th position. What is going on with these drivers? Stray Dog with a penalty now. As Passy, is he going to retire in the pit lane? No, he comes out of the pit lane at the back of the grid though. And Billy Mewis leads by 14 seconds. He's absolutely dominating. It's been his race for the entirety of it. It really has. And you cannot fault him. Honestly, you cannot fault this man for doing what he's doing because he is flying. A brilliant, brilliant drive on him so far. Looking forward to speak to him in the interview room today. Decker's in 2 then, and he is doing a very nice job keeping Collins at bay, but of course time penalty for him. Leeboy QAV in the pit lane now then with Speed Freak in there as well. Both getting new wings on then as we'll see them come out of the pit lane in sync, and Leeboy comes out as well. Speed Freak comes out in 10. Leeboy comes out in 11. New wings for both of them. Both quite far down the grid today as Red 44 Dogs. Not too far off Pepe's here. Pepe's has got Perceived on his sights. 0.4 of a second between those. There's 10 laps remaining, everybody. 10 laps left. Now, 9 laps left of this race here in Extinguished Motorsports. Pepe's and Perceived giving it a good battle down towards the chicane. And this is a great move then with Perceived, who managed to get ahead of Red 44 Dog there then. Perceived on the backside of Red 44 Dog here then, and you know, really gaining and closing in on him now, ladies and gentlemen. The closing stages of the Grand Prix are here. This is it. 9 laps remaining to decide who wins the first race back here in Extinguished Motorsports, and it's been a great race so far. Very enjoyable in my opinion. It really has. It's good to be back, but only 9 laps left with some of the best drivers around, and Billy Mewis, definitely one of them today. 16 seconds, and I believe by the end of it, it'll be over 20. It really will. He is flying today. Decker's in 2nd place, and he told us earlier on in the chat he feels like he might get a podium. He started down in P11, and I made a joke about it. But look at him go, 2nd place. I was not expecting it. He's done a great job getting himself there. He really has. And the pace that he's managed to maintain today, even after saying in qualifying that his car just doesn't feel right, he hasn't got that feeling that he needs to put a fast time in. You know, today he is doing a great job in this 50% race. And here for the Grand Prix, he's got Collins behind him with an 0.8 of a second gap, keeping him at bay quite well. As rounding off the final corner goes Owen CFC, but through the first set of corners is Colin trying to chase down Decker still, but keeping him well at bay still. Andrew Pittsmith now in the pit lane, everybody, for another stop today, and it's looking like it'll be the mediums to the softs to the end, actually, I reckon. Do you think softs? Oh, mediums, never mind. Maybe we're too far out from that. Maybe for 4 or 5 laps away from the end, but yeah, Ashley. 8 laps remaining, probably not the best idea for the softs there. Andrew Pittsmith and Perceived then in the pit lane. Perceived in now to get on the new softs, so he's going to try it, fair enough. As Don Pedrito is in as well. But if you're enjoying the action so far, everybody, let me know. Welcome into the chat. It's good to see all 8 of you in here right now. We've had a nice showing all race long. I appreciate you guys' commitment to being here. It means a hell of a lot. Trying to build the numbers up, and it's good to see you. Wolfie, no worries, mate. Welcome in. Good to see you. It's been a long time. Thanks for joining. It's good to see you, mate. As actually, while we're here, if anybody wants to race everybody on a Monday, I believe next week, or it might be the week after, CPGF1 is starting back up again. On the Mondays, 8 p.m. UK time. Me on the commentary. Make sure you're there for it. The numbers need bumping up. I know you guys will come in clutch for it. So if you want to race there, please get in touch and I will send you a league invite. Been really ill recently. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. That's a shame. No worries, mate. That's all good, Wolfie. But lap 22 or 29, that will become lap 23 now as we have Billy Mewis crossing the line and Decker's behind him. 17 laps of racing. 17 seconds. Now 18 seconds. And he's been racing brilliantly. He really has. Decker's P2, Wolfie. Yep, you're absolutely right. That is what is going on. I'm so glad. I'm so glad he's doing this well. 6 laps left. Collins makes a pit stop to the end. Is that a good strategy call? He's going to go on then to the hards again, which are going to be okay, but you'd have thought the softs, wouldn't you, maybe? Or mediums at least. But maybe he didn't have a spare set. Maybe he didn't have any spare sets, and it was the hards that he had to go with last. But 6 laps remaining. Billy Mewis ahead by 18. A lot of penalties across the grid as well. And Leeboy QAV still one of the drivers without one. Same with Percival and Peppies and Collins and Owen and Billy Mewis. But Deckers, unfortunately, did manage to pick one up. But Decker's done a great job, and I do really think we're going to see him in the interview room tonight. It's been so long waiting for it to finally happen. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, finally. This could be the day. This could be the day. Billy Mewis makes a pit stop at the end of this race now then. He has got the time. He has got the time for it, and he enters the pit lane to get on the brand new medium compound tyres. Will he come out ahead of the drivers that are making their way down the pit lane now then? Everybody down the pit straight. He will not, I don't think. Or will he? He might. He just might. Here comes the drivers. Billy Mewis trying to get out ahead of the drivers then. Going past him now, around the outside line, goes one of the lap cars, just out ahead, past Deckers now then. Deckers won't be able to do anything about that, and Billy Mewis manages to get a free pit stop and some new tyres. Up the inside line for Deckers, now trying to take this lead away from him. Deckers fighting for a race win. Please don't screw it up, Deckers, we need you on the podium straight up with a penalty. But lap 24 or 29... and Billy Mewis manages to get ahead. I think that's him broke free now. Then he will drive off into the distance and we'll never see him again. Decker's second place, Owen third. Who's watching the first 2 cars revealed tomorrow for 2026? Is it Red Bull? And what other car is it, mate? I'm fairly sure it's Red Bull, isn't it? Both Red Bull. Oh, fair enough. I'm looking forward to see the car, I really am. You know, it's going to be great to see. 2026 cars, new regulations, radically different regulations, to be fair. So I am looking forward to be getting into it. I really am. Red Bull and sugar-free Red Bull, yep. That's what it is. Up 25 of 29 then, everybody. And we are soon to round off this race. It has been a long one today, but finally, after a few laps, it'll be it. That'll be it. Billy Mewis is going to claim his maiden victory here in Extinguished Motorsports. And he's driven phenomenally well in this Mercedes. I think he might actually need to be nerfed because he's pretty good in this Mercedes. He needs to go down into a worse car, in my opinion. A very fast driver and just flying ahead. Nobody can come close to him, apart from Deckers when he came out of the pit lane together. But look at the gap already. He's gained 5 seconds. It is just unbelievable driving. It really is. But Collins in P4 and he's 7.1 seconds off of Owen. Then there's an 8-second gap to Deckers. So I really don't think Collins pitting at that time was the best idea. Or was it? Because he is gaining a little bit on Owen here. But will it be enough to get himself ahead? Drew in the chat. But got a decent pace, but at least good car for next week. Yeah, you are right. That is a good way to think of it, of course. Billy Mewis with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He is driving brilliantly, flying ahead of the pack, ladies and gentlemen. As Billy Mewis 7.6 now with a two-stop strategy that he's on, and it's worked out for him. And it only worked marginally because the gap that he came out of Deckers by was just marginal stuff. He's done very well to get there. As Andrew Pittsmith in 6th, then Red 44 Dog in P7 trying to catch him, but at the minute it isn't looking likely with the DRS being used here for the man in front of Andrew Pittsmith to gain on Pepe's his teammate. Maybe his teammate's trying to drag him in and keep him in the action tonight. But lap 27 is about to begin, and only a few laps left. Billy, Owen. Oh, off the side of the track there goes a Haas. Billy, Owen, Collins, Pepe's, Leeboy, Percival. All drivers without time penalties today. Leeboy will not benefit of the penalties of the drivers in front because of the gap that's between them. I don't think any of these drivers are going to benefit, apart from Owen, who won't benefit from Deckers. So it's going to be a second place for him at this moment in time. Speed Freak with another penalty today makes it a 6-second time penalty now, ladies and gentlemen, for that man, as it is lap 27 of 29, and the racing has been superb today. On the return of EM, so good to be back, and of course the post-race interviews coming your way at the end of this race, and then after that we have the race highlight reel, which I get made and post to the YouTube after, usually depending on the race quality, between 5 to 10 minutes. So, you know, normally a decent video, and hopefully you guys enjoy that one because it should be good fun to watch. It should be, hopefully, because you see the best bits of the race, and there's been quite a good fair share of bits in this race. I'm gonna have to feed through and get them, but no safety cars, not really much carnage, a few crashes, but some great overtakes is what has made it today. Billy Mewis has been an absolute, I don't even know what the word for it is, just other than domination today. He has flown ahead of the pack, and already in the space of a few laps has gained 12.8 seconds, which is just incredible. It really is, on Deckers, whose tyres must be absolutely shot now, and probably the same for Owen as he's struggling here. But Collins has brought that gap down, and he is going to try and gain now to Owens in front. 1 second. Now within the second, the DRS will come into effect, and he'll be able to bring himself closer to Owen in front, everybody. There is 2 laps remaining. There's passing with a penalty. And in 2 laps, I really don't think Collins is gaining that 8.8 seconds on top of his 6 tenths. I don't think it's possible. I think a Deckers P2 is on the cards here, and I'm going to be very happy. I really am. I am not on the side of any driver, but Deckers, I've been watching him race for so long. He deserves this podium today. It's been so long for him to do it. But second place for Deckers at the minute. Billy Mewis, the man in front, who's about to start the final lap of the race today, ladies and gentlemen. A great race we've seen here today, and I hope you've all enjoyed in the chat as well. It's good to see you all here. Still 10 people this long on, which is nice to see. But Billy is going to cross the line and start his final lap of the evening, his final lap of the day. A 14.3 second advantage is going to allow him a lot of breathing room to Deckers behind. And he's just done absolutely everything right, hasn't he? Collins then is going to try and gain on Owen in front. The DRS will come into effect to try and gain. Can he get past him here then? Getting squeezed here by Owen, but he does get up the inside line into P3. Collins now on the podium, and we will see him in the interview room if Owen doesn't get back through. Owen trying to fight up the inside line. Is it over now then for Owen? Collins gaps him round the outside, and he is through to P3. Owen down to 4 then, everybody. Pepe's 5. But if we look to the front now then, Billy Mewis has driven an absolutely impeccable race. There's been nothing wrong with it. Completely faultless. And his first race here He's a debutant here in Extinguished Motorsports, and he knows he's won it. He knows he's won it 15 seconds. He has enough time to weave before the line. This man is just playing with it now. 15.9 seconds is the gap that he's going to cross the line with. Can he make it 16? Billy Mewis over the line on his debut race in Extinguished Motorsports. He's going to win the Australian Grand Prix for round 1. And an absolutely sensational drive from Billy Mewis allows him the win today. Deckers then, second place. He will cross the line now then. Finally, a podium place for Deckers in the Ferrari. We get him in the interview room and he gets second place. Deckers on the podium. Come on. Collins third place then. Again, as we know, always on the podium. A great driver. Owen comes home for 4. Deckers on the podium, and he gets in that interview room today if he wants to. Absolutely brilliant. We're so happy, mate. I'm so happy with that. Brilliant stuff. Pepe's in 5 as he crosses the line. Red Dog in 6 there, 7 then is Andrew Pittsmith in 6. Speed Freaks and across the line in 8 when he gets there. 9 for Lee Boy. But that's it, everybody. That is it. What a race. Billy Mewis then is your man who wins it. Deckers takes second place. What a race. What a race. Deckers, mate, if you want to get in the interview room, you're more than welcome to, but you do not have to, of course. But, wow, it's been a long time. Thank God you're on the podium finally. Race winner, Billy Mewis. Fastest lap, Billy Mewis. Driver of the day is Deckers. Most overtakes, Percival, and cleanest driver is Collins. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Billy Mewis taking a win today then from Deckers, second place, and third is going to be Collins this evening. Finally, Deckers gets a podium, and I'm so happy. I am so happy it's finally happened. It's good to see. Anyway, we're going to get into the post-race interviews now then, everybody, and we're changing it up a bit, only interviewing the top 3 drivers. And let me get on the interview screen now then. Haven't set the webcam up. I would put it on, but I haven't set it up, unfortunately. But I will get that sorted.
Oh, shit.
Right then.
I am not happy.
Sorry, mate.
Evening, Jack.
Hello, mates. It's good to see you all. Right. Let me make a start with Billy Mewis, if that's all right, everybody.
Go on, then.
Let's get it going. Billy, are you ready, mate?
Yeah.
2 nights in a row that I've spoke to you in the interview room. And it's good to see another good result from you today. You happy with that?
Yeah. I'd say I'm pretty happy with it, yeah. The Mercedes helped, but
Yeah, it did.
I could do that in an Alpine.
I honestly don't know if you're going to be in that car again, mate. I really don't.
Please be.
Oh, my. But anyway, Billy, so yeah, great result from you today. Do you think you'll be returning to this league, or do you think that's you done?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, if I have another race like that, yeah, definitely. Just don't want to be in an Alpine.
I mean...
Yeah, dude, I'll just let Stray Dog know that.
Honestly, though, if you get put in a worse car, I'm looking forward to see the pace, because I think maybe it'll even it out a bit more. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
if you're sticking around then, going into the next race, what are your expectations? Say you get put in a slower car, do you think you're still going to be competitive?
Depends on pit strategy, because today I didn't need to do that second pit stop. I just did it to make it interesting, but it didn't really work. So, yeah, my hards are fine. But, yeah, I think it'll all be about strategy. But, yeah, I'll try.
Fair play.
It's not an Alpine.
Right then. I appreciate your time, but I'm going to be honest with you all. The main man that I want to speak to tonight is Deckers, because finally this man gets on the podium. It's been so long. Yes, come on. I'm so glad.
It's been 2 months.
It's been too long. Deckers on the podium, first time, finally. You happy with that result, mate?
Honestly, I should have finished P5 today. I don't know why Collins did again. And I thought Owen would get me, but I think strategy just came down to it. And Billy is so scary to race against. Like, can't fathom it.
Well, Deckers, if you did that race again, say, would you do anything different with the strategy?
Nah, I wouldn't.
You think that went? You
I
think
think
that
it was
went the way you
perfect.
wanted it? Yeah.
Yeah, I got given a setup last minute by a stray dog, but
Yeah.
Oh god.
the rears were just shot. Like the whole race, like
Jeez.
tire wear was awful.
Well, it's good to see here, mate. Honestly, I'm so happy you got a podium. Next race, I mean, I think we'd all love to see you compete. Do you think you're going to be competitive again, or do you think it's just Australia or whatever? I mean, you
I
said you
think
weren't.
it was sheer luck today.
Do you think? No
Yeah.
way. I think you've still got it, mate. I think it was a great race. I'm looking forward to next week. Hopefully you can do that again, because that was great.
Well, on lap one, if ghosting wasn't on, I probably would have died because there was a
Oh
big
god.
crash. And I just ghosted back to everyone.
Well, it's been great to speak to you. Thanks for your time, mate. Honestly, so glad you've been in here. It's been too long, but good
Two
stuff.
months, man.
I know, too long. Honestly. Right then, Collins, third place. Let's speak to you, mate. How you doing, mate?
Happy New Year.
Oh, you too. You too. It's good to see you. It's been a long time, of course. I mean, every time the interviews were on, I was speaking to you most weeks when you attended because of the great results. But
Because of his race wins last season.
Yeah, you could say that.
well, it's good to see you back, mate. P3. How are you feeling about that result tonight?
I'm happy with that. To be fair, the car was shocking. The rears was all over the place. It just had no top speed. Literally stuck behind Deckers. There was nothing I could do. So my engine was overheating. So just come in for the pit and then hopefully catch Owen, which all
You
comes to
did.
the last lap. It literally come to the last lap though, and you pretty much squeezed me as much as you could. But yeah, we got there in the end. I think it just come down to better tyres.
Yeah. Well, of course, as we know, you were competitive last season. We know you were competitive today. Do you think you've got chance for the championship going into this season, seeing the pace of some of the new drivers that have joined?
I'd like to give Billy and what was the other name, Ferrari or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see them in a more probably even car and maybe
I'll go in a
go
McLaren.
out. Yeah, it should be good fun once we get the cars right, and obviously passes fast. He had an odd day, so hopefully if them two guys are on the pace, there should be
Yeah.
5 or 6 cars up front, including Owen, because he's a tough opponent as well. So
Definitely, yeah. Well, great result for all of you. I appreciate your time. Owen, do you want a quick interview or while you're here or?
Yeah, you might as well.
Fair enough. Well,
enjoy.
It's good to see you back, mate.
See you later, guys.
See you later, mate. Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Right then, Owen. Would you finish 4th? Was it? I think.
Yeah, I finished 4th.
Good result. What's your take on that one then?
Well, okay, right. The reason why I finished is because I hit the wall and I got front wing damage.
Yeah.
So I think if I didn't have that front wing damage and I had to pit for that, I would have got a podium at least.
Fair enough.
Overall, it's the start of the season. I could be in any car, because it's realistic performance.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm not in a too slow much car like a Sauber or a Haas, because like Colin said, it's a bit twitchy. But we'll see. I'm hoping to bounce back next week. Hopefully it's one of my good tracks, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. Well, of course, great result. do you think you're going to be as competitive as today going into the season? Because today was very good. You're in there quite a lot, and I think podium is on the cards.
Well, it depends. It really depends. Like I said earlier, it really depends what car I'm in and
Yeah,
what tracks are on the calendar.
Definitely, yeah.
But it should be fun. Obviously, Collins, like he said, he's a tough opponent to go against. We've got Billy and Dexter in the fight as well, so it should be interesting. More cars in the fight, and hopefully some more good racing to come from the weeks off.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate all your time. It's honestly so good to be back for Extinguished. It's been too long. It's been ages.
Yeah, I know it has.
It's so long, but I appreciate everyone's time. Well done on the win, Billy. Second place for Deckers, 4th for Owen. Good positions. And I just, I'll see you all next week then.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, Jack.
See you later, guys.
All right.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from me. Thank you very much for joining me. What a great race that was. Nice to always commentate the Extinguished Motorsports, but it is done and dusted for round 1. Round 2 next week. We'll see you very soon. Have a good evening and good night.